Is to the Minister for Social Services. Will the Minister update the House about what steps the government is taking to help families through more affordable access to childcare without costing taxpayers more?
I call the Honourable the Minister for Social Services.
Well, thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the member for Tagney for question on the budget. I'm pleased that members on this side of the House are still interested in asking questions about the budget. Those opposite have clearly put up the white flag on the budget. Madam Speaker, they've put their push modelling in the bin and they've decided to spray questions around from one topic to the other, and they've lost interest in this year's budget. But we haven't, Madam Speaker, because we know that this budget is going to deliver choice for families, it's going to deliver jobs for families and the choice to be in work and stay in work. And we know that, Madam Speaker, that if you are concerned about the taxpayer, if you have an interest in the taxpayer, you will always put forward measures that you know how to pay for. You will always know how to pay for the promises that you make, because if you don't, you're like the Leader of the Opposition. You're just a budget smuggler, Madam Speaker. You're someone who thinks you can just announce things without having to pay for them. And you're like the Shadow Minister for Social Services, Madam Speaker. You're like the Shadow Minister for Social Services when asked how you're going to pay for this increase in support for childcare. Well, you've got to pay for it somehow, she says. Somehow. You've got to go to the somehow bucket. And the member for McMahon's got a bucket over there. It just says somehow. And you pull all the costings and the funding for your policies out of that. But, Madam Speaker, the way we're doing it, the way we're going to pay for jobs for families, for that package which is providing support for childcare, is we're using the same measures that, frankly, those opposite did when they were in government, Madam Speaker. We're making changes to freeze payments for family tax benefits and other measures, which is exactly what those opposite did when they were in government. $7 billion worth of savings, Madam Speaker, for freezing indexation of family tax benefits, some $6 billion that was saved for scrapping the linking of pension indexation with family tax benefit indexation and abolishing increases to family tax benefits, some $15 billion, Madam Speaker. But in addition to that, what they also did, Madam Speaker, is they abolished the grandfathering arrangements for parenting payments. And it's interesting when you look at the Leader of the Opposition's record on this, because when the Howard government introduced this with grandfathering, this is what he said. He said Labor described the welfare change as extreme, accusing the government of lifting money out of the pockets of sole parents, and he said there was no evidence that dumping people into the dole would help them get a job. But when he was abolishing the grandfathering arrangements which led to these same outcomes, Madam Speaker, this is what he said. He says the changes to parenting payment will encourage parents with school-aged children to re-enter the workforce sooner and to ensure a fair and consistent set of parenting payment eligibility rules. What we know about this Leader of the Opposition, Madam Speaker, is what he supports today he opposes tomorrow, and what he opposes today he supports tomorrow. He knows that if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there, and we know that this Leader of the Opposition is on a road to nowhere.